Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church in Columbia, South Carolina, where we're part of the ELCA. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. I've wanted to do this kind of thing for a while now, and maybe one day my wife and I will finally do it. I think it would be fun to pick a highway, get on it, and then simply follow it to see where it goes. Notice, with no destination in mind, the whole journey would be one of slow discovery. I think I would enjoy seeing new things and encountering new places. One day, I think we'll do that. I think that journey of slow discovery parallels the life journey most of us are on. As we move from birth to death, we are constantly engaging life in new ways. We had our first days of school. There was the first kiss, and later on, perhaps marriage. Each a new discovery of who you are and who you are becoming. Aging is that kind of slow self-discovery. And when someone dies, we are on a journey of grief. That shapes us too. Life itself is made up of such journeys of slow discovery. And that same thing happens along our journey of faith as well. Slowly our faith grows, and slowly we discover God in new ways. Certainly that is the model we see in those two disciples on their way to Emmaus. Today we wrap up 2 weeks of looking at places in the Bible where the place itself adds meaning and importance to the story that happened there. And today we journey along the road to Emmaus with 2 of Jesus' followers on the afternoon of the first Easter day. There were 2 of them who had to go to Emmaus that day, and so they were traveling together. Luke tells us that Emmaus was about 7 miles from Jerusalem, but scholars are unable to pinpoint exactly where Emmaus was. 7 miles might seem like a long way to us, but in those days, when you walked just about everywhere you went, a journey of that length wouldn't seem out of place at all. As they walked along, they were talking about all the events of the previous week, and especially about the wild stories they had heard from earlier that day about Jesus rising from the dead. Very likely they didn't know what to make of that. About that time, a stranger joined them and walked with them, and also joined in the discussion about all these events. They told the stranger everything and described that they didn't know what it all meant. And right away, the stranger began explaining it to them, using Scripture to point to how the Messiah would die in Jerusalem and more. Well, these 2 disciples were captivated by his words. And when they arrived, they prevailed upon this stranger to stay and eat with them. Their journey on the road to Emmaus had been one of scriptural discovery, and they were hungry for more. Then, at the meal, the stranger took the bread, blessed it, and broke it, and suddenly they realized that they had been traveling with the risen Jesus himself. The blessing and breaking of the bread, so similar to what happened in the multiplication of the loaves and fishes, and so like what had happened at the Last Supper when Jesus had compared the bread to his body given for all. Well, it opened their minds and their eyes. As soon as they saw it was Jesus himself, he vanished. Well, I don't know what you would do, but I know what they did. They got up from the table and ran the 7 miles back to Jerusalem to tell the others. And when they got there, they learned that Jesus had appeared to Peter. The resurrection was real. The place we are considering today is not Emmaus itself, but the road that they were traveling on. As they traveled, as they journeyed together, Jesus was revealed to them. Their journey started in grief, went through confusion, focused on Scripture, and then there was revelation, and finally, recognition. The geography mirrors the disciples' emotional journey from despair to burning hearts to joyful witness. Even on our journey of life and faith, we find Christ truly present in word and meal. We hear the scriptures and see Christ. We gather around the table and receive Christ in bread and wine. The road to Emmaus provides us with the picture of how Christ still comes among us today. Christ is revealed in the breaking of the bread. We walk a road of slow revelation. May our eyes be open to seeing Jesus all along the way with us. Thanks for sharing these moments with me, and remember to let this day belong to God.